question right now is, I know this is my bed head, and I haven't really, like, fixed up my hair or anything yet, but I think it might be time for a haircut one of these 2 days. But anyways, hello everybody, my name is Pizza Brand, and welcome back to another episode of CRAZIER Craft here on the CRAZIER Craft server. Same introduction, same everything that you guys already know. Now, last episode, I promised that I would start something that I've been putting off for a while. You guys have been yelling at me to please do, please do, please do. And I told you I was going to. And guess what? I'm not lying this time around. So, I didn't lie the last time too. I said when I was going to build my house that I wound up building my house the next episode. I promised you that, and I delivered. And now this time, Op is delivering again. And you guys don't have to worry about, you know, me being a bad person. But anyways, guys, we're going to be jumping into a mod called Applied Energistics. Now, here's the thing. When I watch mod series, I kind of can't, I can't really watch modded series, to be fair. Because I can't keep up with everything that's going on. And I know a lot of you guys, some of you out there may not really know a lot about mods and things might be like, you know, what the heck are you even doing right now? So I'm going to try explaining things pretty carefully, I should say. Think of it like this. Applied Energistics is something that creates something called an ME system. ME. Now, the thing about an ME system, see these chests right here? Think of storage, okay, right? Like, you know, over here when we go over to the transportation table that we can just have all these items in here and we can look up what we can gather. Think of that situation for storage, because in Minecraft storage, you know, you have your inventory, you've got your backpacks, you've got your chests that have literally everything in the world. And I mean, you have inventory sorters that can kind of like, you know, organize things a little bit better for you, but you still have to look around for everything, and you're kind of not really left with a lot of options. So it kind of sucks. You know what I mean? It's not very fun at all. It's not really enjoyable to just, you know, like, hey, where is... Like, I'm gonna try and find leather right now. You know, I look through here. Oh, there's no leather in there. There's no leather in here. There's no leather in... Oh, well, maybe there was actually leather in there. You wind up missing a lot of stuff. It's just not very good. Items would be better and storage would be better if you had the ability to search for it. For the most part, that's kind of like a basis of what ME is, but you guys don't really need to know the rest until we actually get into that. So, there's a lot of steps with starting the ME system. So, the first thing that we're going to have to actually do, you guys have seen this ore around the world quite a bit, and that is called Certus Quartz. Certus Quartz is this thing right here. Let me go and show you. It's this thing right here. These are found all along the world. You can find them in caves, dungeons, literally anything that you want. There's charge and there's just normal. We're going to be looking for charge in particular, but normal is also going to work. So what I'm going to go ahead and do for right now, because we don't actually have these learned up, and I really should have a while ago, is I want to go ahead and try and find, I believe I have some redstone here, or at least I should. So I'm going to make a bunch of miner's dreams so we can go down and actually, like, pretty easily find Certus Quartz. And, okay, we've got the redstone that we need to go ahead and make the 3 blocks right there. So that's the redstone that we need. Now we need the gunpowder and we need the what's it called? The cactus. So the question is right now, see, this right here is another prime example of why I'm kind of mad that I hadn't already started on the ME system, because we're already right now looking for things to find just to be able to do this. So I don't know, it's a bit of a hassle. Either way, we've got a blue portal down at our house, so I know where exactly I'm going. So we're gonna go ahead and put on, I think, our transformer gear real fast here. I love the fact that I can just fly without any armor on. You can just take it off mid-flight. So let's go ahead and go over to the lagging a little bit right now, but we're gonna go over to the desert, get 3 cacti, and then we're gonna go back to our home and basically learn up miner's dreams, and then hop back down the caves, try and find a little bit of Certus Quartz, and I think I'll catch you guys back then. And yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a cut here for the main reason that we're having a little bit of trouble loading stuff in. So, well, actually, it's taking a little bit of time. Ooh, where's the Certus Quartz? I thought I saw some under. Are you awake yet? I sure am. Right, so we're over here learning up miner's dreams. Now, there's one thing that I want to tackle real fast before we go over there. Certus Quartz, when you mine it out, I'm pretty sure, in fact, I can actually guarantee that you wind up dropping the actual Certus Quartz itself. At least I think so. Now, part of the reason, yesterday you guys saw that I actually couldn't mine up netherrack, or nether quartz rather, was because I think that's actually part of Applied Energistics. The reason that I couldn't, because you have to actually use nether quartz along with Certus Quartz. You have to combine them in some, like, way to get seeds and stuff. I'll explain that as we go, but one thing I want to look for, okay, we got our emeralds right here. I'm actually going to go ahead and make a silk touch pick in that case. Emeralds, you guys don't know, emerald picks actually come with silk touch predefined, so we'll go ahead and mine up 1 Certus Quartz or a few of them. We'll pop them on Dew Tree, so we can pretty much get unlimited. So we'll go ahead and pop that over in there, and then I guess we'll just grab up, I think a stack should be fine. I think a stack should actually be more than fine. That'll take, that took leather out of us, okay? And you're going to grab, okay, actually... Still grabbing up leather. Oh, okay, for some reason that, sure, you know what, game? Oh, they can only stack in 16? Oh, wait. Can I just not? Oh, okay. I think they only stack. Yeah, they only stack in 16. All right. Very, very duly noted. So we're going to go ahead now. And I guess the time of it would be to fly back out through here. Let's go ahead and make sure that we fly up so we don't get hopped back. All right, cool. Are we good for the lag? I think it's a little bit choppy. Not sure why. I haven't really had the best time on the server. What? Oh, no. Yeah, give me just like a few moments. All right, so we found ourselves a little bit of a cave, and I'm trying to see, like, if I recall, Certus Quartz is actually a very common item. I don't know how common, wow, that's actually a lot of items already. Oh, damn. I don't know how common shard Certus Quartz is in comparison. I think it's still relatively common. We definitely need to get started working on Tinker soon. I'll get working on that very shortly, but want to tackle like one new mod at a time, since the thing about this series, oh, come on, you didn't just burn me right now, did you? All right, well, it definitely did, and we are definitely ticking away right now. Let me go ahead and actually get my ultimate gear on right now. I think that's still going to wind up doing a lot of damage to us. Let's get in the water. Come on. This lag, dude, is something else right now, and I can't fly for some reason. All right, are we good? Okay, we're good now. All right, we're fine. So let me go ahead now, and I guess we'll just pop one of these guys down. Let's see. So where would... Let me pop the Silk Touch here. We got diamonds. Hello, diamonds. Now, the question is, where exactly is the Certus Quartz? We should find it, like, sooner than ever, I would assume. That was apparently a guy, and he dropped... Ooh, what'd he drop? Magnet 2 and Respiration. Respiration on chest plate. Interesting. Okay, Certus Quartz. We're looking out... Yeah, good fight. Easy, easy. Let's see around here. So you are going to offer... Where is a good old Certus Quartz? I know, you know what? I know where this is. Like, I know what Certus Quartz looks like. At least I think I do. Like, I might be missing some right now, and hopefully I'm not. But I've seen this around here millions of times, and I swear to you, now that I'm looking for it, I'm not going to be able to find it. Like, I can almost guarantee it's going to be the outcome right now. Still, not finding a Certus Quartz, so we're going to have to, again, I don't really know how common it is in comparison, because I know I found it before, but then again, I don't really know, like, what the chances were of me finding that sort of thing. I think let's actually go, like, up higher as we climb. Well, this is only, like, level, okay, well, 2 levels higher. That's a great start, Brandon. Still no more Certus Quartz. Oh, okay, here we go, here we go. We found some Certus Quartz. So I just gotta make sure that I know what I'm looking at. So this is just Certus Quartz, or the standard non, okay, really, you're doing this right to start? Okay, give me back my Certus Quartz. Where is it? You're gonna drop me Quartz R too? Okay, very cool. So we can go ahead and drop these guys on the duplicator tree pretty much instantly. And while I'm down here, I also, oh, you're a golden one. Hello, guy. You got a lot of health, don't you? All right. So while we're here, oh, did that just, Certus Quartz Crystal? I don't think it let me Silk Touch it for some reason, because I think the guy popped out or whatever. But that is just a normal Certus Quartz. You are... Ooh. Get rid of that real fast. Get out of here, dude. So that was just a normal non-charged one. The charged ones, I think, are a lot rare, so we're going to go ahead and look for those. And I think as soon as I find it, I'll catch you guys back. And, oh, well, we found a little bit more Certus Quartz ore. So, yeah, once I find some charge, I'll update you guys. Oh, and no, these both appear to be standard. Are you just Certus Quartz, Certus Quartz? All right. Not really. Okay, can you guys stop spawn? Do you spawn more often against, like, Certus stuff? I'm confused. Are you serious? This is actually a thing? Are you serious? This is actually a thing. Is this really a zombie TNT spawner? I think it's the greatest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. Do you really just spawn? Hold on, I gotta see this. Zombies wearing TNT on their heads. Is this lagging, or am I think this is lagging a little bit right now. That, I think, is the best thing, I'm pretty sure, I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, guys, check it out. I didn't actually notice it because the particles are so tiny, but charged Certus Quartz. Now, this stuff, like I said, is not actually very common. We just found it after already finding... was that 18 Certus Quartz ore? So yeah, we were able to find 18 normal quartz ore before we were able to find a charge. And that was very, like, that was kind of sneaky, you know what I mean? The particle effects weren't really, they weren't redstone-esque. Like, let me go ahead and put it down for you guys, show you again. This is charged Certus. Actually, oh, whoa. Well, now it's a bit more apparent since it's like a standalone block, but that compared to the normal right there, is there any coloring difference? I don't think so. I don't think there's any coloring difference between the two blocks. I think it's just the fact that one of them has particles. One might be a little darker than the other, but we got what we need, so we're going to go ahead and pop through on our orange portal and go back home, and I guess we're going to go ahead, I don't know what it is with, like, the, what's it called? Okay, yeah, I think we're lagging. Yeah, we're, Yeah, we're lagging a little bit here. Belts of Flight, you gonna work for me? Okay, I don't know what it is with the Belts of Flight, but like you have to re-equip it to like tell the game that you have it again. I don't know why, but it's like really strange. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and drop some Certus Quartz down right on a few of these trees. So we'll do maybe 4 trees like that. And we'll pop our charged Certus Quartz down on 3 trees just the same. And really what I think I'm gonna go ahead and do is just take some time, weigh it out, and let's get some quartz. Oh, also, one thing that I forgot to do completely is actually, I should have been doing this at the same time too, although this might not be a good idea considering I think they explode, but we can just try it out either way. I'm actually going to go and duplicate up some nether quartz ore for the same reason, just because this stuff, like I said, is also used in this mod, so we're going to need both, so might as well get this duplicated. We already had 29 of it, but I mean, hey, the more the merrier. So, nether quartz going down all along there. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wait a while, and I'll catch you guys back when we've made a little bit of duplication process. Look at that. Just put these things down literally 5 seconds ago, and they're already, like, rapid fire. Look at this. They're already off on their own, baby. I love it. All right, so we've waited quite a while. In fact, I apologize for the lack of webcam. We waited quite a while. I took a little bit of a break from recording, and we're here kind of in the next day, I suppose. But either way, we have now a plethora of charged Certus Quartz ore and regular Certus Quartz. So, I don't really know whether or not we're going to actually need the standard Certus Quartz because we have charge. I think charge is like a general better upgrade. I have no idea though. I'm going to learn a lot of things as I go through this mod, but the next thing we're going to have to do is get one of these things called a Grindstone, and that is made out of stone, whatever you can get, and 3 Certus Quartz, or nether quartz actually. I didn't actually realize that it was made out of either. And also, we're going to need, let's see, cobble whitestone, cobble blackstone, mine factory reloaded. Are we going to have to make one of these? Oh, no. Okay. Cobblestone is just a typical thing. Okay. Thank God. All right. Now, we're also going to need a wood gear, which is made out of 4 sticks, I believe, just in a pattern like that. So, we're to take these right here. We actually have a perfect amount. And, okay, so we got a wood gear. All right. And now I think we actually have a literal perfect amount of everything in our inventory that is very, very full. I must apologize to everyone watching this right now. You're probably a little bit irritated. I am too, but hey, we're doing a storage system. Still not going to help me with my inventory at all. But either way, let's go and mine some of this. And we actually get, oh, come on. Oh, that's not cool. Well, rip one of my trees, I suppose. That's actually really cool. Whoa, look at those. They like sparkle and shimmer and stuff. That's actually really, they're electric, obviously. They're charged. They're literally charged. It's really awesome. Achievement get shocking. That's hilarious. I really like that. Either way, though, magnesium ore, we don't really need duplicate tree wood. 1, 2, 3. Have a fun time regrowing. I'm sorry for the pain and suffering that I caused you. Well, I didn't cause you that, but either way, so let's go ahead and craft this guy up right now. So you put in 3 of these guys right here, and then we put in, I believe it should just be cobblestone like that, and then a wood gear at the top. No. Are we gonna need something different? It says smooth. Maybe cobble will actually only work for the bottom, and you need stone. I think you need stone for the top and cobble for the bottom. In fact, I think that's actually what we're looking at right now. Is it? It might not, okay, so you can use Certus Quartz. This is really confusing how this looks, but I'm pretty sure right now we need stone at the top 3, not just normal cobblestone. I don't have any stone on me, so let me go ahead and actually fly over. I need to, wait, is this, oh, it's typical stone. Oh, well, we literally, again, have everything that I think we need. So if we put stone like this now, and then we put the, no, is it, yeah, it's like that. Okay, Certus Quartz like that, and then cobblestone, I think, right here on the bottom. What did I do with the cobblestone? Did I throw out the cobblestone? Did I trade off the cobblestone really for the what? No, I didn't. Wait, where's the cobblestone? What'd I do? Oh, the cobblestone's on the ground? No. Where's the cobblestone? Is it too late in the day? No, it's... Okay, it's right here. For the love of God. Okay, I'm cutting that out. I'm kidding, but honestly, I'm being a derp. I apologize. It's a little bit late, but either way. So wood gear right there, and then 3 of those guys. All right, so that is a really hard thing to read, but either way, we have our quartz grindstone. So this guy right over here, let me go ahead and track up into here and re-equip my belts of flight so I can actually fly. So this grindstone right now is used to make these things called seeds. Now, you may be thinking, oh, you got seeds. That's kind of cool. What you basically do, I believe if you were to put normal quartz in, that's grindstone. Okay, so, I've actually never, secondary output. Let me just take a little bit of time right here to figure out how to use this guy, and I'll be back to you guys in a moment. So this system actually required something called a wooden crank, which is very simple. You just put 5 sticks in your crafting inventory, kind of like an upside down L. And what you do is basically turn it whenever you have, like, I'm not turning it right now because there's nothing in it, but I don't actually know how to use this just quite yet, and I don't think we really need to use it. But one thing that we are going to have to craft to be able to work on the ME system is something called a Fluix crystal. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Flux crystal, Fluix crystal. crystal. One of those is probably remotely correct. Let's just say Fluix because I don't know, it's a bit more similar. But to get these crystals, it's actually very interesting how this mod works. I want to show you guys this. So we have right here a charged Certus quartz ore. We're also going to go ahead and need some nether quartz. So we're going to go ahead and fly back over to this island right here. In fact, I should probably... I don't really need a portal gun or anything down. So we're going to go ahead and mine up one nether quartz. Hopefully not blow everything else up. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we actually need to... Oh, forgot we need to smelt this, huh? Yeah, that's one thing I completely forgot. But also, I did also remember, too, that I'm derping out a little bit. I'm pretty sure yeah. Okay. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. My pet took it. But either way, I actually learned up nether quartz because you need this guy for one of my pets. So, let's just completely forget that I have 3 dew trees filled with nether quartz. Okay, let's just forget about that entirely. So, either way, what you have to actually do is, do I have redstone learned? I do not have redstone learned. Question is, do I have any redstone? I should have some in my inventory. I think I had one. Oh, I do actually have some right here. So check us out, right? To be able to create these, they're kind of like seeds in a sense. You actually need to throw in, check this, okay? We're going to go and drop that in there, drop that, and drop that in. So after you do that, you'll say, right, I did not actually think it was going to happen that fast, but we now have unnatural, the Fluix crystals, Flux crystals from these guys, and these things are basically like crafting recipes. They're like crafting inventories. So what we're going to actually go ahead and do, these things do not have an exchange value. What we're going to do is we're going to go and drop a little thing of redstone in there. And we're going to learn it up so you can get unlimited of those. Because right now we have unlimited charged Certus quartz. We also have unlimited, what's it called? Nether quartz. And now we're going to have unlimited redstone. Which basically means we have unlimited Flux crystals. Which is really freaking awesome, I would say. So let me go ahead and I guess just gather up a good old stack of nether quartz right there. We'll gather up a stack of redstone. And as well, we're going to go ahead and gather up from here. I don't really know if we need a stack of it, but we're going to take out a good 11 of these and drop them all in there. So I think if I was to go ahead, I'm not sure whether or not we could do more than one at a time, but let's see. So you're just going to instantly, there we go. That's actually really cool. So what if we were to drop in all 10 and then drop in those and drop in those? You're going to do... Oh, that's actually really sweet. So we have 24 of these Fluix crystals now. Think of it as like building recipes. We're going to need these to craft the other items, which I'll get to that in just a moment. Do you guys ever get like random cuts inside your mouth or whatever that you don't know what's from and they last for several days? They kind of start out fine, but after a while, it literally gets to the point where you can't even touch it without feeling this immense amount of pain. I have it right underneath, kind of like right on my cheek. So talking right now is actually one of the most painful things I think I've ever done. I'm going to try getting through this episode, but if it gets cut short, just know I'm in incredible pain right now. That's probably the most just wuss thing I've ever said, but God, does this hurt? Oh, you know what? Here was the problem, okay? When it comes to the grindstone, this is the reason why I couldn't use it. It actually, to my knowledge here from what I'm experiencing, it doesn't actually accept Certus because there's no such thing as Certus quartz, charged Certus quartz dust rather. But you can accept Certus quartz as well as nether quartz. So what we have to do is, once you have these guys right here, you go ahead and crank this thing over and over and over again. And as you can see, it's kind of grinding things up right now. So this is kind of in the middle right now. So you keep grinding it up a little bit more and more, and it's going to give you right now, so this thing called Certus quartz dust. Now, this thing is actually going to be used to craft something else. I'll show you guys that in a little while. We don't really have to worry about that at the moment, but it's actually, let me see here real fast. So if I was to just put in, not nether quartz ore, but just typical nether quartz, I could also do that. Okay, so if I go ahead and grind this guy up just a little bit more, you can see me grinding. I'm being weird right now. I apologize. It's currently 4 a.m. My sleep schedule's not the best, but we're just gonna go ahead and get a few of these nether quartz dusts, and I'll catch you guys back in just a little while. In fact, actually, I think doing this, if I recall, let me actually go ahead and remove, can I remove that? No, we actually can't. Okay, let me go ahead and take that out right there and finish the grinding session of this right here. Okay, so that's done. Let me actually, so we're gonna grab that. I think you can actually grind these guys up if I recall correctly. Can you? You can. Okay, so we're actually gonna go ahead and grind these guys up as well so we can get some Flux dust. Again, maybe pronouncing it wrong. Those that know this mod, my apologies. And by the way, this is going to be not anything close to tutorial. I'm learning this as I go right now, so it's going to be very out of line. I apologize for those that actually do know the mod. I'm a beginner, have a little bit of, just a little bit of ease on me. So either way, on to the next step. So like I said, I'll get into like all the objects and everything as it goes. We're just taking it step by step right now. But to tell you guys one thing, we are going to need these things called storage cells. Think of them like solid state drives, hard drives in computers. They're used to store information. For example, think of it like that. Say that chest was digital and you needed a bigger hard drive to add in more items. This is our hard drive pretty much. You know, like think of pictures or our items in chests as pictures. You need higher of these to have more items. I hope that got across. But to go ahead and craft these guys up, obviously it's going to require different things. So the 1K ME storage cell is going to require the 1K ME storage component. The 128, I don't even know what you call that, is going to require this thing. I don't even know how you pronounce spatial component? Spatial? I had no idea. But as you can see, it's a little bit, it's pretty, yeah, it's kind of up there in terms of requirements. But either way, we're going to go ahead and try and crafting this one right here. So again, the reason why I need the dust is to go ahead and craft the quartz glass in order to craft this, which is required out of glass and Certus quartz or nether quartz. So awesome. The question is right now, do we have glass? I believe yes, we do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just craft up enough for 5 of these. So if we go ahead and take our inventory right now and we take 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we spread it around like that, that should give us 4 quartz glass. Perfect. So we're going to need 2 of these. So we already have the quartz glass done. That's awesome. Now we have the redstone. We have the iron for this. Now the last thing we're going to need is the actual storage component. Now this guy to be able to make is 4 Certus quartz charged or pure. I don't think it matters. It's actually really nice. And the logic processor. Now this is another step. We're going to need a printed logic circuit, which is going to require from a Inscriber logic press. Now these things actually, to take a look here, are found in the world. Crafting presses are found in the center of meteorites, which can be found in around the world. They can be located by using a meteorite compass. So go ahead and take us out right here. I think I know where one is. It's literally right outside of our home. So meteorite compass. This thing is meant, ooh, that looks kind of cool. So we're going to need 4 iron and a charged Certus quartz crystal to be able to locate these. Very, very nice actually. So do we have iron learned up? We actually, ooh, I don't know why we don't have iron learned up, but we'll go ahead and grab that out right now. So iron. Do I have iron? I know for a fact I have iron. In fact, I might use the uncrafting table on those buckets that I saw right there. I might want to get iron learned up right now. And as you can see right now, this is kind of the reason why we really want to get into this mod as soon as possible, because finding stuff is a goddamn disaster. Even the crystals just really don't help you out all that much. So I don't know where the hell I put any iron. I really don't for the life of me. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take the 2 buckets that we've got right here. I probably missed them. I do apologize. We're going to go in the uncrafting table, pop the buckets in, and we're going to get... Never mind, I forgot it gives the weird stuff. Okay. Let me actually... You know what? I think I actually do have some iron down all the way on the ground here. Is that iron? Yeah, I've got a ton of iron blocks all the way down here. Perfect. So let's go ahead and grab up... we'll put down a portal so we got an easy target back. We actually don't even need to learn up iron for right now. So, with that said, though, the thing we're going to need is... the thing we can go ahead and make right now. So we take the iron out and we put in 1, 2, 3, 4, and the quartz in the middle. We get a meteorite compass, meteorite hunter. So this guy right now, that looks so cool. Holy crap, that's actually really sweet. So I believe it should move us over to this guy right here. You can see in the minimap, this giant one right here. It should take us to this one. Yes, and it's going to. So in the middle of this guy right here, which I believe I've found before. Yeah, it's spinning. It knows. It's like, hey, guess what? You're here. This is what you need. So this guy right here is going to have Skystone from Applied Energistics. I believe we're going to need to get into the middle of this. And there should, to my knowledge, be a chest. I think I've found this chest before. I might have not mined it up, and I might have actually placed this Skystone back down. Not actually sure, but we should be finding it anytime soon. Look at that thing just spinning our inventory right now. It's so cool. All right, chest is going to be the thing that we're looking for. Skystone chest, and we're going to... All right, perfect. So check us out. We found tin nuggets, but the most importantly, Inscriber silicon press and the Inscriber logic press. Perfect. I love when things just go my way. We'll go ahead and leave that alone for right now, and let's just go ahead and pop down a portal and get back home so we can continue doing what we're doing. So the next thing we're going to need to do, obviously, is to make an inscriber so we can work with these. Now, I don't actually know what an inscriber is right now. I'll have to do a little bit of research, but an inscriber is going to be made out of... What's it going to be made out of? You're going to require 5 iron, just a flux crystal in general, and 2 sticky pistons. Okay. Sticky pistons. Odd. I'll build them. I'm not going to ask why. I guess the little bit of work that it has to do is going to... I don't know why it's making me build a sticky piston, but you know what? Sure. Why not? It's asking me to. I'll go ahead and build one. So, let's see. We have some wood along here, so we can go ahead and make the sticky pistons. Do I have cobblestone? We got cobblestone right there. All right, perfect. I don't know if we want to learn up cobblestone. I don't think we need to. We've got a pretty good amount. And we have the iron, and we also have some redstone along in here. We got a ton of redstone here, actually. There we go. So, we'll go ahead and make 2 sticky pistons. Actually, ooh... Here's the problem. I don't know if I have slime balls. I think I do. Hopefully I do, because if I don't right now, I'm probably going to cry. I don't want to cry on camera, but I think it might get to that point. So 2 pistons right there. Slime balls. Please, for the love of God, tell me in some endeavors that I've gone through, green air cloud, that I have found slimes at least once. Please. I know I have. I found like the weird looking slimes, like the blue ones. Thank God. I thought I had slime balls in here. I was going to freak out if I didn't, because that was not something I feel like doing right now today. Okay, so apart from that, though, we've got our iron and we got our Fluix crystal. So we'll go ahead and pop this guy right along in here. So we need 1 of those right there, and then I believe it was like that, and then 2 of these down, and then we have an inscriber. Okay, cool. So pop this guy right down. First time I've ever seen this, so you work with that. All right, awesome. So the thing that we're going to need, again... I actually need to check in. Yeah, oh wait, hold on. Just to make sure that we got what we're doing right now. So we're gonna need a storage cell, which again is made out of. So what are you made out of right now? You're made out of a let's see, logic processor. So we're gonna need an inscriber logic press and then a block of iron to make an inscriber logic press. Is that the same thing? Is that the same thing? Oh, I'm confused. I have no idea what we're doing, but we're going to go ahead and just do what it says us to. So, Inscriber Logic Press. We're going to go ahead and put that down right there. And then I guess we'll put in a block of iron to get... Okay, I'm gonna need to figure out how to work this. Why don't you guys just give me like a couple seconds here? Okay, so when it comes to actually creating the power source that we need for this, it's pretty much all done. Well, I don't say all because I don't know that for a fact, but basic from what I've researched. I don't know why I'm stumbling on my words right now, but you use this thing called a vibration chamber. And to make this pretty simple, you have a furnace, 7 iron, and an energy acceptor. You gotta accept it, not decline. No energy decliners in this mod pack. So you have to make that, you have to have a flux crystal, 4 quartz glass, and 4 iron ingots. So let's go ahead and make one of those real fast now. So I think we have in here, we've got our good old flux crystals, and we should have 4 more of the glass as well as 4 iron. So we should be able to craft that literally right now. So we'll go ahead and put the iron around the corners like that, and I believe the glass is over there. So we have an energy acceptor. Now we're gonna need 7 more iron. Now I do believe I have over... Where did I put down the damn portal? How many? I need to go back and give him a little bit more iron. I thought it was about to rain. I think I'm just seeing stuff on my monitor right now, which I'm not gonna lie, I'd rather see rain. Don't really want anything bad to happen to my monitor. I've already had to go through like 6 different cables because cables hate me. You know, I don't know why, but they definitely do. So we're gonna go ahead and go over here, place down a little one of these guys, and go back home. So to make one of these again, like I said, you're gonna need a furnace. So we'll sacrifice this guy for the greater good. You are gonna be turned into something much more holy than what you were before, furnace. You are making all your other friends jealous. So we have a vibration chamber right here. So this guy again is for like energy. So we're gonna go ahead and so AET. This is energy. AE, it's per tick. It's like AE, think of it as like energy. So we're gonna go ahead and grab these things called coal. Now you might have seen coal around in Minecraft. It's completely changed now. I'm kidding. But you go ahead and drop coal in here, and it'll basically burn these guys out and burn up AE per tick. So this is like burning basically a good amount of energy. Now, once you get to a certain amount of energy, it'll actually go a little bit lower from what I've seen. Not sure the reason for this, why, but the next thing we're going to go ahead to build is an energy cell. So we go ahead and look up energy cell real fast here. This is what stores the power. So stored energy, you can see 0 AE, 0%. You basically need to combine these guys up. So to make one of these, you need Certus quartz, you need flux dust, and a quartz glass. And we're actually going to have to craft a bit more quartz glass, so we're going to need a bit more quartz dust, which I believe we have a little bit more right here. Yes, we do. Do we actually? Okay, we have a glass. Damn. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab up a little bit more of these. We'll pop those in there, and this is getting a little bit stern. I really like this because, for me, hopefully you guys actually want to learn some stuff in this mod pack. Of course, it's still Crazy Craft. We're still going to be doing a lot of the pointless, like, you know, brain dead stuff in here that we've always done before. But there is a little bit of learning in this one, which I think is going to be awesome. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of people in this, you know, series doing a lot of this kind of stuff, especially like robbing them. And I believe Justin's actually gotten into this as well. And I think Choco too. So, I mean, it's all kind of like the, you know, the entirety of us. We're going to be doing a lot of this. So kind of catch on board now. Hopefully I'm, you know, not too horrible of a teacher. But again, to make one of these, we're going to need another quartz dust, so we'll go ahead and grab a bit more glass from this guy over here. In fact, we can go and just you just take a bunch right here. All right, so that should be good. 8 more of those, and let's just go ahead and make up, I guess, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and oh, we're not gonna have enough. I thought we had enough for 10 there, but we unfortunately only have enough for 4. So again, quartz glass, we have that right there, and we're gonna need 4 flux dust, which I believe I should have 4. I have 4 exactly, perfect. And we're gonna need, what was the last thing that we need? How actually dense energy cells, stored energy. Oh, okay, I don't think you can craft these. Well, you definitely can, but you're gonna need a calculation compressor for that, which I think we'll go ahead and just hold off on it right now. Stored energy 0 AE. Let's just make a standard energy cell. So we're gonna need 4 charged quartz. What did I just call it? I don't even know. Doesn't really even matter. So we'll go ahead and grab these around here. So we'll put 4 of these in the corner along there. I'm gonna have a horrible time even going through my inventory right now. We need the auto crafting fast in this. All right, and I believe I have that done wrong. No, we need the flux dust. Am I a freaking fool? I think I'm a fool. We need the dust, not the actual things. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so 4 of those right there in a thing, and then the quartz glass in the middle, and the charge around it, and now we have an energy cell. So I believe you place this guy down right next to it, and this should store up energy. Yeah, you can see right there. So take a look at the guy above us here. It says contains 1.56 KAE. Now, this only allows for 200 KE in here, I guess. Well, that's actually not really a lot. We're gonna need multitudes of these, I'm pretty sure. In fact, what we could actually do... Ooh, I might actually take this over to the dupe tree and duplicate some of these guys up. You cheat a little bit with the AE system. I don't really think this mod, you know, with how intense this is, expects you to have a mod like duplicator trees and more spawn. But I mean, hey, it's crazy guy for a reason. So again, this is burning up all the coal that we've gotten here, and it basically transfers it over to the energy cell that we've got going on right here. There's no real way to access this since you don't really need anything to access to, but that is our power for the time being. We're making progress. So one thing I actually was just told by the good old direwolf himself is that there is this thing in here, which I believe, do I have just normal Certus quartz? I have Certus quartz ore in here. Let me go ahead and mine up a little bit of this right now just to go ahead and get a bit more than what I've got. So we'll go ahead and place these down, get a little of uncharged Certus quartz. So if you guys don't know, you can actually use these guys to craft tools, but there's one thing in here. If we go ahead, I think it's just like, how is it? Is it like this? No, it's not like that. Okay, it's definitely not like that. I think it's like this. This should give us, yeah, a Certus quartz wrench. Now, take a look right here. This guy currently has 21.5 KAE. If you use the wrench on it, which I believe just works like this, I think. Yeah, okay, so if you do it like that and you break it, it'll drop. Was I supposed to right-click it? I think I was supposed to right-click it. No? Strange. Okay, from what I've been told, apparently, if you use the Certus quartz wrench on this, it should drop the amount of energy that it had in the item, but I guess that got changed? Not actually sure. Either way, though, we got it stored. We'll worry about that another time. So I'm a little bit of a fool. What you actually have to do to be able to work with this is you don't just, you place it down like that. You actually have to shift and right-click. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But what I actually want to go ahead and do, I want to myth bust this thing. This has AE 1% right now. Stored energy 2,000. So I want to go ahead and actually bring this over to the dupe trees. I don't know whether or not this is going to actually give us, like, more of these guys with the actual energy. If it does, that would be disgustingly overpowered, and you better believe I'm going to hack that. Okay, well, I can actually test it right now. So this guy has... Okay, so no, unfortunately it doesn't. That's probably a good thing. I think that would have been a little bit overpowered, but we can duplicate them at least. So, I mean, hey, it's still kind of pretty powerful in general. So, either way, we'll go ahead and bring this guy back over here, and we'll continue doing what we're doing. There is actually one other thing that we do need to make, and we're going to need to make quite a bit of these. So, let me actually drop this guy down a little bit more over to the right. So, one across the mirror. You're actually going to want to... Ooh, well, it automatically went over there. We're going to want to create these things called, I believe they're wires. No, I think they're cables. Yeah, they're cables. So we take a look right here. Where is the colors of cables? We have the RedNet energy cables, and we're looking for, is it these guys? ME smart cables, I believe. Yeah, I think it's called ME. No, it's ME glass cables, right? So these guys basically transfer over, what you call it, like energy or whatever that you need, and pretty much all that kind of stuff. So we'll go ahead and grab one of these. So to be able to make these, we need normal glass cables, which is made out of pure, okay, two flux crystals and a quartz fiber, which is made out of glass and 3 quartz. Okay, that's kind of interesting. All right. Either way, though, we have the materials to be able to do that. So we'll go ahead and hop over here to our little guy. It's kind of weird. Like, I really like just, you know, taking some time right now away from the mod pack and just crafting up some stuff and learning. So we'll take some glass along here. There we go. 3 of these, and we'll make 3 of those quartz fibers, and then we'll take those back into our inventory that we were just in. So quartz fibers and 2 of those, and now we've got ME glass cables. So now if we go ahead and pop this guy right in the middle, you can see it's now connected, and it's actually transferring over, you know, stuff over there. This is going to be good for when we create a bunch of these. You can actually like attach them, I believe. Yeah, you can attach them like on top of each other. This is how you create a bunch of networks, I think, at least. So this is going to be very useful later on, and we're going to need that in a little while. So awesome that we got that working on. We're actually making a bit of progress here. Thank you, Dyer. So here's the thing right now. We have the good old Inscriber that we made a little while ago, but again, if you note over here, it has like percentages and stuff, so you really need power to actually make this guy work. So we're going to go ahead and actually move his chest out of here for right now. We're going to put it, do you want to get unstuck right there? There we go. So we're going to pop it all the way over there just so we can actually move. And the question is, I did put blocks of coal in here, so we've got like a lot of power moving in with these. I did place another one down just for, I don't know why, I just put it down for banter, I guess, but we're going to go ahead and connect those guys up. I also take a look over here. I don't know whether or not it's actually working, and I don't think it's going to, but I put down these guys to the dupe trees. I don't think you can actually duplicate these little cables here. Yeah, because none of this is actually duplicating. I think it's the one thing that you can't dupe in this mod, because that would have happened by now, and it definitely didn't. By the way, I'm liking the excess clouds outside of my island. Looks really nice. But either way, we're gonna go ahead and connect these guys up right here. So we put 1 and 2. So that's now hooked up by power. So now you can see right here, we've got our percentages, and now we put the iron in, we've got our good old Inscriber logic press. So we've got another one of these. So we've got 2 basically. What this does, I have no idea yet. Let's go ahead and figure that out. So basically how this thing works, think of these guys as like templates, for example. So we'll look over here at the ME chest. We have this guy that we have to make called an ME terminal. Now that's like the main core of this. We're gonna need this one thing called a logic processor. Now how to make a logic processor, you use a printed logic circuit. How to make a printed logic circuit, you have to get an Inscriber logic press and combine it with gold. Really, that's the like only important thing you need to realize. We see you take this and combine it with gold. So we're gonna go ahead and put the Inscriber logic press in the middle of here, and let's just find some gold real fast, which I believe we should have like a multitude of. If we look somewhere, please somewhere we have gold like easily. Okay, we've got gold easily accessible. So we go ahead and pop this guy in right here, put it in like that. It'll go ahead and power up, and right off the bat, we're gonna go ahead and get from there a printed logic circuit. That's how you make them. They're pretty damn cool. So now with that, we need to go ahead and change that into a logic presser, which we're going to need a printed silicon for. So we're going to need Inscriber silicon press with silicon from Ender.io. So it's actually 2 mods combined in this. So we need Ender.io to actually be able to do this sort of thing. It's really cool. So Inscriber silicon press, I believe, is the other one that we actually got. So that's a lot of, okay. So thankfully, we have both the ones that I'm pretty sure we only need in this. So we need silicon. Now the question is actually, how do I get silicon from ME? I believe I need, okay. We need a sag mill. All right, interesting. And that's clay, and it'll turn into silicon, I believe. I don't actually know anything about what I'm doing right here, but I think we're gonna need a sag mill to be able to get silicon. So we'll go ahead and make a. So what do you need to make a sag mill? You need a 3 flint, 4 iron, a piston, and a machine chassis, which is made out of a bunch of iron, and a capacitor, which is made out of redstone, gold, and a copper tinker's ingots. Okay. So that's a little bit interesting. So we're actually might have to, I think we have everything that we need here except for the copper. We may have copper, and I hope to God somehow we picked it up somewhere inside of the mines, because if we don't have copper, I'm going to be a little bit upset. And just to make sure that we actually do have copper, I'm going to go ahead and actually just kind of search for it right now. So do we have any copper inside? Oh my God, we actually have 1. I think this is the one I've been looking at all this time when I'm going through the chest. We actually have 1 copper ingot. That is, I think, the best thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. So a sag, once again, we're going to need to make it out of a basic capacitor, which is made out of gold and redstone. Very, very easy. So we'll go ahead and grab the little bit of gold that we had sitting, I think, right in here. Yeah, so we'll make that. So we're going to take you into gold nuggets, and I believe it was like 1, 2 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one of those to make a basic capacitor. So now what we're going to need to make is some iron bars. These, I believe, right here. And then I think it was, I think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay. So it was 4 iron along like that, a capacitor in the middle, and then 4 iron bars surrounding it. And now we have a machine chassis. Okay, pretty simple. So now what we need with that is a piston, 3 flint, 4 iron, and the machine chassis. Okay, so we have all the materials, I think, to be able to build. Let me go ahead and... My inventory is really, really fucking crowded. What is stuff that I'm not going to need? Don't need Myers Dreams. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need the excess fish. Okay. For right now, I think we're fine. The gunpowder we really don't need, and the rest of the gold ingots we don't, or gold nuggets we don't need. Okay, I think we're good. Either way, though, so we're looking again for a piston. So we're gonna need a little bit of wood out of that, which we've got some wood right here. There we go. And we should have all the other materials to make one. So we go ahead and place it down right there. Cobblestone and some redstone and iron. There we go. We got a piston. All right, so we're good on that. Now, what else do we need then? We need 3 flint and 4 iron. I'm actually a little bit concerned if I have flint or not, because I think I had flint before, but I'm pretty sure I might have thrown it out. But again, I've stored so much crap in here that I probably have like everything that we need. We do have 1 flint, so if I need to duplicate it up, we definitely can. Question is, do I have more flint? I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure I don't. I don't think I do. I think I only have this 1 flint right here. I might have missed some. We have 2 flint actually, so we are actually 1 flint short. Do we have 1 in here? We do not. Okay, so let me go ahead actually over here then and pop a flint inside of our Tome of Alchemical Knowledge. There we go. And I think we're good to go. It's kind of funny. Just like a thing for me, again, I've mentioned this before, I can't watch mod series because I don't know what the hell is going on in them. Hopefully, I'm like explaining this pretty well to you guys because again, I wouldn't want to like lose any viewers or lose you guys kind of in the confusion of this because I can understand how some of this could get confusing. Hopefully, I'm explaining it kind of in layman's terms for the most part, but if I'm not and you guys are a little bit confused, then I'm really sorry. There's nothing I can do. But either way, so we'll go ahead and pop all that in there and we now have a sag mill. So I'm pretty sure with this, I think we need to power this guy. So if I was to go, so this is right here is an energy cell. So I think if I put this right next to the sag mill, this should, redstone mode always active. I have no idea. Whoa. Whoa. That's really freaking cool. Huh. It recognizes the blocks next to it. Well, my mind's blown. I've never seen a 3D model representation in Minecraft before. That's a first. That's actually really freaking insane. Either way, though, so again, let's go back to the thing that we actually needed right here, which I'm pretty sure was a power cell. No, what is it called? Power... Oh, God. What the frick? I don't even remember what these things are called now. I've gotten, like, so mixed up in everything. Give me, like, a minute to just recap my head. Now, see, I know silicon was a thing in Ender IO, but I actually think you're supposed to be able to get silicon in Applied Energistics without having to go through Ender IO, which is a little bit of a problem for us, I don't actually know if that's true or not, but if it is, it's a little bit of a bummer because we now have to kind of dive into a completely different mod to be able to even get silicon in the first place. So again, once you have RF with a... So what is this? A clay and a flint? You can get clay and silicon out of that? Okay, interesting. Sure, why not? So I guess the problem that we're facing right now is, here's the thing. I've already tried connecting these. You can't just use the power from these energy cells into the sag mill. There's 2 completely different things. We need this thing called RF. Now, I don't know how to get RF. I've never worked with this mod before, so I kind of have no idea how this works. But, so basically, we're going to need, I guess in total then, we're going to need a flint right there, and we're going to need, what was the other thing that I needed? Clay then? I actually need a little bit of clay? Do I even have clay is the question. I should possibly have clay. Maybe if the sky is blue today. Is the sky blue? Well, the sky's not blue. Well, I guess it's like a tone of blue. Okay, never mind. I guess the world thinks that the sky's blue. So we're going to turn this into a clay right now. And I don't think if I was to put this in here that it'll actually do anything. No, it definitely will not. Redstone mode, active with signal, active without signal. I don't know what that is. I really do not. That doesn't change anything. Yeah, I'm not going to try learning some of that. I have no idea. This right here is 0%. Sure, why not? So we're gonna have to try and figure out how to get RF. So be right back. So yeah, here's the thing along here. So basically, I'm looking at the thing right now. The way that you get silicon in the mod, because there is silicon in the mod, I think it's actually being overwritten by Ender IO right now, is basically you have to smelt nether quartz dust. So if I was to go ahead and put this guy in here and put this guy right in here, unfortunately, this doesn't work. Even though it says on the mod that this was updated and it's fine, this is typically how you're supposed to get silicon for what you need to use. But unfortunately, because we have Ender IO, this doesn't work. I'm very tempted to just take 1 piece of silicon, considering this is how you're normally supposed to be able to get it, and use that. I feel like that'll be a little cheap, but again, I don't know, like, I kind of don't really feel like getting into a different mod. When again, if we take a look right here, we're only going to need this for the MK storage cell and the logic presser to make the printed silicon, and then we're pretty much good to go. But again, we need silicon, even though this isn't supposed to show Ender IO. It just thinks that it's Ender IO, but it's actually not. So what I think I might actually... Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I think I might actually just game mode in one Ender IO silicon that we're never going to use again, just because we're supposed to get Ender. I think it's a glitch, honestly. I have no idea. I know you can use the two mods in coherence with each other, but I think you're supposed to still be able to get silicon from this. So, again, if you guys don't agree with me, I'm sorry. I normally would never do this, but I'm actually going to go ahead with an explosion in the background. Just go ahead and grab one ball of silicon, because again, we're supposed to be able to get it. If you guys don't like it, I'm sorry. I don't feel like getting into another mod right now to be able to do this, which I don't think you're actually supposed to be able to do either way. I don't know, but either way, so we'll go ahead and put in with the Inscriber silicon press. We'll go ahead and power this guy back up again so it actually gets to work. So pop that right there, get the power going, and we'll put the silicon in the middle there. So this again should, okay, so that's going to transcribe into the, what is it? Printed silicon. So now, if we go ahead and put one of these in here and one of those in there, I believe now, what else do we need? So we need redstone in the middle. So if we put redstone in there, this should power it up to, oh, come on, give me that good stuff, baby, come on, and logic processor. That's actually freaking hype. So now we take the logic processor and surround it by 4 redstone and 4 Certus quartz, which I believe we should have still some more in here. Yeah, we definitely do. Okay, so charged Certus quartz, so we'll take 4 of those. And we'll spread them around. So I believe it was like this, and then the redstone was off in the corners like that. And then we'll take one of those, and we now have a 1K ME storage. Now I do actually want to check one thing real fast here. What does it take to make a larger one? So if we want to make a 4K, it takes 3 more of these and a calculation processor. Okay, we'll not worry about that right now. We're just going to go ahead and grab our 1K ME storage component. Oh, man, I'm so freaking excited for this. So now that we've got that, we need 2 more quartz glass, which I believe I've got right here, and 3 redstone and 3 iron. So, okay, guys, check this out. All right, so 2 of those right there, 3 redstone, 3 iron in the bottom, and 1 of those. And now, wait, what was this? This was a ME storage housing. And now we've got our good old 1K ME storage cell. Better than chest. Better than chest. He said it there. The mod creator said it there. That is absolutely phenomenal. Really pumped. So now this is like our SSD. So we're nearly there. So the next thing we're going to have to go ahead and build is an ME chest. So to make this guy, we're going to need a little bit of tools. Like I said, the ME terminal, which is made out of the logic processor. Oh, well, I guess I need both of these. I guess I need another, oh, shoot. Do I need another logic processor? I guess I do. So to make one of those, we need a logic processor and illuminated panel, which is made out of 3 quartz glass, those. So I might actually have to give myself another, what's it called? Yeah, I think I need another printed silicon, unfortunately. Yeah, guys, I really do apologize in this. Again, I think it's a glitch. If it's not, trust me, I will, like, you know, I'll undo all of this. I feel really bad, but I still think you're supposed to be able to get silicon just by smelling this up, because it says it in the wiki. I'm looking at it right now, and this is a very updated wiki. It's not even a wiki. It's just it's the website itself. So either way, not gonna talk about it too much. We're just gonna do it. So we'll put in the silicon there, and we'll put in the Inscriber silicon press, and that's gonna go ahead and give us that. And then I think the final thing that we need another one, right? So another printed. So we need another ingot of gold real fast. So we'll go ahead and grab that out of there. There we go. All right, so we've got a good old printed silicon. So now we'll go ahead and put in the Inscriber silicon and the gold. So now it's gonna go ahead. Wait, was it doing it? Confused. Wait, hold on. Inscriber. Oh, it's a silicon press. Inscriber logic press. We put in the wrong one. My bad. So now, I think we'll just be able to go ahead. So the rest of what do we need then? So we need a little bit more glass then. Oh, we just need Wait, do we just need normal glass for this? Oh, we just need normal glass for this though. But to make the ME terminals, we actually need. Oh, we need formation. What is this called? What are you called? You are called formation and annihilation core. Formation and annihilation. So formation is made out of a lot more logic processors. So we might actually need a few more of those. So we're gonna make 2 out of those with the logic processor, and then you are made out of another logic processor, which again is made out of silicon. Crap. So we're actually gonna need. Okay, so I think I'm gonna actually need to game one myself in 2 more silicon. I feel so bad doing this, but I have the materials to make all of them. I'm not gonna give any more excuses. You guys know what I'm dealing with right now. So printed logic circuit, we got another one of those. I think we're gonna go ahead and need to get, I think 2 more. Yeah, 2 more of where is the press? So silicon press right here. 2 more silicon, and I guess you can't stack them. I think you have to do 1 at a time. I don't know what these are right now. I think they're upgrades. I'm pretty sure they are. I don't know what they're upgrades for, what they would even do, but I would assume they're useful in some sense. So either way, so we're getting these all done, and then I guess we'll need 2 more glass then in that case. So 2 more glass, 2 more gold. Wrong hard letter word, Brandon. All right, so 2 more gold right in there, and then the Inscriber logic press. So we're gonna need 2 more of these guys. So again, it's kind of cool. You can like watch it happen right there. That's really, really neat. Oh, oh, it like moves too. It's actually really on. I want to see it again. So it opens, and then when it's done, it closes its teeth. Let me see this. That is so, like you can even see the item too. That's really cool. Okay, so we have 3 more printed logic cells, and we have 1 more printed silicon. Did I do this wrong? We have 3 printed. Okay, so we have 3 of each, which is very good. So again, to go ahead and make these, we're going to need the logic processors, the formation core, which is made out of flux dust, and the crystals. So go ahead and craft those now. So a flux dust, I believe. I think it's just flux dust. So we go ahead and pop these away in here. I think we need to finish grinding. That's just in the middle of it. All right. Go ahead and do that and put the flux crystals back all the way in there. Grind this up, get a little bit more dust. And I think, honestly, normally I would skip this sort of thing, but it's kind of like all important that you guys see everything that I'm doing right now. So that's why I'm not going to like do any cut comms or anything like that right now. But we got our flux dust, so we're good on that. So now the final thing that we're, okay, so let's go ahead and just create those then. So we got our Certus quartz ore. We also have our, what was the last thing that we need? I think it was the printed logic circuit to be able to make this. I need to keep checking over it. No, logic processor. Okay. So printed logic circuit. Wait, how do you make the logic processor? Hold on a second. Logic processor is made with a printed logic. Oh, you have to, okay, so hold on a second. We need to actually combine, my bad, I was getting ahead of myself. So we need to take those and then pop it in with a little bit more redstone. And then we'll create the thing that we need to be able to craft it. My bad, completely forgot. So now we've got our good old logic processor. So go ahead and take that guy. So a Certus quartz, 1 of these dusts, and 1 of those. We got a formation core. Now, the other thing that we're going to need is the annihilation core, which is made out of logic, flux, nether. Oh, we need, okay, nether quartz this time around. Very, very cool. I like the, you know what? I really love this mod, how it like varies with everything. It's really, really neat. Okay, so go ahead and make another one of these. So a printed logic circuit and a printed silicon with another little bit of redstone, and we'll craft up a second one. Our inventory is getting very, very full. I apologize. It's really like, it's kind of painful to look at, but we need everything that we're looking at. So either way, I say as I throw out an item that we need. So I like how it's spinning too. It's really cool. So we'll go ahead and craft another one of these. So nether quartz there, and then we have the flux dusk and we got, so the annihilation core is done right there. So the final thing we need is the dark illuminated panel and the logic processor. So we're gonna need a third one of those, obviously. So we'll put these back in there, and we'll get the redstone out. So that's gonna make the final one that I think we're gonna need in total. Now, other things we're gonna need for this is the ME glass cables, which is made out of quartz fibers, which I think we have 2 of right now. Do I have quartz fibers on me? I should have them in here, I think. What did I do with them? I swear I had them on me, unless I used them again, which I can guarantee you I don't think that I did, unless I threw it out. I'm not actually sure what I did with those quartz. How do you make them again? Let me check. So we need these with Certus quartz dust and 6 glass around there, which we have quartz dust along here. I believe we actually got a good amount of it somewhere else too. Not actually sure. You know what? I want to keep like cutting, but I need to remember that I can't for right now. Either way, so we got that done, and we have now the bright illuminated panel to build, which is made out of redstone, 2 glowstone, and iron, and 3 quartz glass. Okay, you know what I'm going to do real fast? I am going to make a cut. I'm going to go ahead and get all this quartz grinded up into quartz dust for the most part, just because honestly it's necessary. So I'll catch you guys back in a second once I'm done grinding. Okay, so we're now in a position where we're thankfully able to craft our good old illuminated panel. So we're going to go ahead and grab the 3 quartz ore right there, or quartz ore, glowstone dust, the redstone, and the iron that we need. Where's the iron? Right there. And we got ourselves an illuminated panel. Now, to my knowledge from what it's telling me right here is if we take an illuminated panel, we actually got 3 of them right there. So we need a bright illuminated. Oh, actually, no. Okay, it's just either one. So dark, bright, illuminated, either way. And we also have our good old logic processor. So we should be able to make this literally right now. So illuminated panel, and then we have a formation core as well as an annihilation core. And the final thing down at the bottom here. And now we have an ME terminal. This guy is huge. You seriously need him right now. So that is perfect that we finally got him. So now we have the other things to build out of this. So we need the ME glass cables, which is made out of quartz fibers, which is a Certus quartz dust and glass. I don't have that made. Let me make that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have finally got it. So we have our quartz fiber right now. Now, here's the thing, actually. We have this stuff for the ME chest. Now, to my knowledge, we might actually have to wind up crafting as well another ME terminal to be able to use everything that we need. So what I actually want to go ahead, just to make sure if this actually works or not, because if it does, I'm going to be the happiest bugger alive. And again, I have to re-equip my freaking belts of flight for some reason. Sometimes, like, I don't know why, the server just forgets that I own the thing, and I had these all along, but I just didn't take them off the tree. Okay, well, you know what? I'm a derp sometimes. But either way, we're going to go ahead and place that guy down on the bottom right now. And I want to see whether or not the tree is actually going to duplicate this guy up, because that's a little bit of a different item. I've never really seen a tree struggle with duplicating items before. This is definitely like a first for me. So whether or not this guy can duplicate is going to be a little bit interesting. In fact, just to make sure that I'm doing this right, and I didn't want to break that for every reason, I'm going to go ahead and use a new tree. So we're just going to go at, ooh, meteor shield. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wait a little while. I'm actually going to go on and get breakfast, and let's see whether or not this guy can go ahead and duplicate it up, because if it can, then, well, G freaking G, it's actually awesome. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear, I might, like, throw in a little clip of it, but around this area, you guys can actually hear a little bit of glass breaking. I'm pretty sure it's actually this mod preventing these things from being duplicated, which makes sense. So I don't actually think this terminal is going to be able to be used anywhere else. So we're just going to go ahead and make the chest for right now, and really, I guess I guess we're going to have to deal with it, which is fine. Like, again, oh, come on, we were literally good for so long. Weather clear 50 million right now. Okay, that's too big, can only be that. So we're gonna go ahead and change the weather to clear. All right, so again, let's go ahead and get this guy crafted up. So we're gonna need a pure flux crystal, which you should have one in here. Okay, we do. I think the flux crystal should work just fine. And then we're also going to need the ME terminal, which we've got. We're going to need 2 just normal pieces of glass, ME glass cables, and I think that's literally it. What was the ME glass cable made out of? It was made, okay, so quartz fibers, as well as more of these guys. So we go ahead and take these in our inventory right now. Quartz fiber, and then 2 of you. So we got the glass cables. So now, guys, we have enough of it, so we go ahead and put 2 of those down there, the iron at the bottom, the glass on the top left hand, and I believe what was in the middle of it? It was nothing, and we've got now our first ME chest. You guys have no idea. I'm actually incredibly excited. It's blowing my mind right now how excited I am. I'm gonna go ahead and move this sag mill, thing that I'll never wind up using. Well, I'm definitely gonna wind up using it soon, but we have our ME chest, so check this out basically, okay? This is our digital chest now. This is it, right? So let's go ahead and power this guy up. I think we're going to need to power it up right there. So you can see it says it contains AE now, 40 out of 40. So it works. Check this out, all right? You ready? So this inventory up here, ME chest cannot read storage cell. We're going to need a good storage cell that we have, I believe, stocked away over in this chest right here. We got our 1K ME storage cell. So now if we go ahead and right-click the... Okay, so check this out. There's 2 things you can click. You can right-click the top for the main inventory, and you can right-click anywhere in the base for the main, like, compartment. So now, we go ahead and put this guy in right there, the ME storage cell, and as you can see, it's on now. You got, like, the little dial, and now, guys, welcome to our ME chest. Welcome to our ME chest. We done it. We done it. Brilliant. Brilliant English, Brandon. Go out and get some damn food. You're losing your mind right now. We done it. We done it. We done it. We have done. Thank you. Thanks for ruining my excitement world. But we've done it! We've freaking done it! So now, check us out, guys. So it's pretty much like the table over there. So here's the thing. We can only store with this right here. As you can see, 0 out of 63 types. So it's 63 different items, I believe, and 0 out of 100, like 1,024 bytes. I don't know how this works exactly, but pretty much to be able to work, or for this guy to be able to actually be used, you need to have power, which our power right now is coming out of blocks of coal, and our power cell right here. If this power cell didn't have power, this guy would not be able to work. So as you can see at the top, our power cell is actually being drained because it's being used on this, but it's being refilled. So this is filling it, and this is taking from it. Typical power cell. But guys, let's go ahead so we can drop everything that we need to up in here. It's very easy. Like, even if you drop it like that, it'll just go straight up to the top. And yeah, that's pretty much, guys, how a power cell works. And if you want, you can sort it around by name. You can sort it by mod. You can sort it by a certain order, search box hide, normal, or whatever. And you can also do terminal style, large or tall, or small or tall, really. And if you want to search up, like, for example, if you want to find iron, guess what? All your iron's right there, and you can take it out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a small step for mankind, but, guys, we now have digital storage. That is freaking amazing. So I think we're going to go ahead and actually end it off right there. We've taken quite a bit of a jump into AE, and I'm honestly, I'm proud of myself. I've always been a person to avoid these kind of mods because I never really felt them, like, I don't know. Listen, when I wanted to avoid these kind of mods, I was in school. I didn't like learning because it was all I was surrounded with. But now that I'm out of school and I don't have a lot of access to learning, I love learning. And this is so cool because it took a while for us to kind of understand it. You know, like really when you think about it, think of it like this. Churner, crafting recipe, crafting table, power supply, stored power supply, and chest. That's literally the layman's terms as laymen as you could get about this whole thing, and we've done it. We now have our good old storage cell with this right here, as you can see what's being used. Actually, that's quite a lot of storage already being used. We're gonna need a lot of these. I'll get into more of that later, but guys, that is our chest. Of course, we do not currently right now have nearly enough storage. We don't have enough hard drive to be able to move everything in these chests over to there. Very, very soon we will be able to, but guys, I'm happy. I'm gonna end it out there. Please show some support on the video if you guys enjoyed. It took quite a while for me to, like, you know, make sure everything got perfect and all that. But anyways, guys, hopefully you all enjoyed a little bit more of a Mind Thought one. And if you did, be sure to let me know what mod you guys would like to see next, what steps you guys would like to see me next. And yeah, take care. Ciao.